Why are you dressed so formally, you might ask? Well, that's because we are here for the funeral of Loomian Legacy, because I do not think Atlanthian Part 2 will really fix any of the problems Loomian Legacy has. So come join me on this little discussion and journey, and let's get on to this talking bit here. So from this portion on, I'm going to be using gameplay footage, so if you want to tap out of the video that we can still listen to it and then do like homework or something, feel free. There's not going to be anything really special showing up on the screen, just me talking. But one of the core issues I feel with Loomian Legacy is not the game. The game itself is quite fine. It is the developers behind the game. It's December 14th as of recording this, and we're halfway through December. No new leaks about Atlanthian Part 2. No idea if we will be getting the Mega Evolution. I already forgot what it's called. I'm writing Soul Burst. No idea if we'll be getting Soul Burst. We don't know anything that's going on. All we'll know is that we'll probably have access to the trench, and that's pretty much it. So obviously, there's not a lot that we know that's going on, and the developers in general just do not communicate, don't do anything. There's no reassurance. If you look at Doodle World already has Runeics, or whatever the hell they're called, and Wish actually communicates with his fans. LL, it's quite a bit of a different story. Another big issue I have mainly with LL as well is how there's just zero replayability. The trench might add some more replayability, I don't know, but there's nothing new to do in Loomian Legacy. You've got trading, you've got PvPing, that's about it. I mean, yeah, you can hunt for Loomians, but then you're sitting there for 20 hours trying to find like a Gamma starter or something. Find a Gamma starter, that's tons of Robux as well. We're trying to find a Gamma like Root Rare, that's gonna be a long time. And evidently, anyone will get burnt out over some time. Another key problem I have with Loomian Legacy is just the community in general. There's really just two sides to Loomian Legacy for the most part, and that is the that's like the defend the devs no matter what, and the we just want information guys. So there's a lot of fans who just, how do I put this in a PG way? They suck up to the mods, or not the mods, the devs. They're like, why don't you code your own game? But we're seeing other people code their own game. There's Tales of Tenorio, there's Kinda Like Kingdom, which I haven't even played the demo. They uploaded that at the horrible time. There's Kinda Like Kingdom, Tales of Tenorio, Doodle World. Their own games are being made, and they're being made quicker, and they're being made with arguably similar or higher quality. I believe when I made that video on Doodle World when it first came out, I did believe that Doodle World had better quality menu and UI and all that kind of stuff over Loomian Legacy. Another point I see people make often too is how T. Browdham has 3 kids, and he can't spend every waking hour of the day. But my parents also have 3 kids, and they can work 8-hour days and still have plenty of time at home. So if T. Browdham can't manage a home life while he's working from home, putting that 8 hours in, I don't know what to tell him. I mean, at least in America, the traditional work week is 40 hours a week, 8 hours a day for 5 days, and you're off on weekends. Now, that'll of course be different depending on the person. If you work for, say, a retail job like Walmart, you're probably going to work some Saturdays, some Sundays. You're going to have a bit more flexible schedule. But if you're working like an office job or something like that, most of the time, Monday through Friday, pretty set schedule and routine. So what I mainly am curious about, if I'm not dying over here coughing, is how he can have, at least according to the American work schedule, 8 hours a day for 5 days a week, so 40 hours a week, and we're getting like nothing done in Loomian Legacy. Now let's just say he's doing only 4 hours of work a day. That's still 4 times 5, 20 hours a week. That's 80 hours a month of programming. Again, I don't see what's going on there. Unless he's the world's slowest programmer, he needs to like look up the coding dictionary as he's writing everything. I don't know what's taking so long. I'm not a developer. I've tinkered around with code. It should not take this long. So either he's not really working on the game, or he's just incompetent. and it's not the other devs' fault. I don't really feel. I don't think it's really the builder's fault. I don't think it's our hero's fault. I don't think it's Lando's fault. I don't think it's like the modelers. I don't think it's the builders, the story writers. It's not their fault. It's because we've seen with Sephiroth City the build of the map like months before the update came out. The holdbacks are always with scripting. It's always falling back on T-Bradham. And I understand why the devs don't want to add a second developer, a second scripter, because of what happened with the Pokemon Brick Bronze clones. But there's got to be a point where they've got to hire another dev. Like, make your contract, make it like strict. Like, get lawyers on this. Basically, be like, if you do anything to leak the source code, we can sue you to the dirt. You're making this much for this much work or whatever. Make it like a contract. Make it like a paid employee. That way, if they leak, like, make them sign an NDA and shit. If they leak anything, you can sue them to the dirt. You can get all your money back or whatever, and stuff like that. And two, it's a point I've made several times over the last year or so I've had this channel. Why don't we get a second dev just to add small quality of life stuff? Like, when you go to Sephiroth City, there's a couple shops. Imagine if you could go to the shops, you can eat from there, and you play a little cutscene, and it'll give, say, like 3 happiness points to your Loomian, or 1 happiness point, or whatever. Like, imagine that. It's something small, but something useful, and something that can add quite a lot to a game. Which is something I don't think the LL devs really notice. Because with Pokemon games, think Pokemon Black and White. I don't remember the name of the city off the top of my head, but there's a city we can go and you can talk to these people, and they'll start playing drums and add to your theme. Which is something that's pretty cool. Or I just go around another, again back to Pokemon, go around another Pokemon city, I can go enter a building and be the move reminder, the move forgetter, some guy who gives you HMs, TMs, all that kind of stuff. And that's not really something that, once you get the base program sorted out, not really hard to implement. You just make a new NPC, give them new dialogue, hand you a different item. All that system should be easily posed, like you put all that stuff in. So it's just something I don't really understand personally. But those are really the big key faults I have with Loomian Legacy, why I do not think Loomian Legacy will really do well, or at least return back to a healthy state. I mean, it gets pretty good player count, but there's just nothing to do for the actual core audience for the game. Let me know what you guys think of my opinions. Let me know if you have any other opinions on LL, and I can't wait for this comment war to start. Peace.